you must be devastated to play so well for long periods and have nothing to show for it.
Yes. I can't say much more than that. I said to the players for the first time in my managerial career for many, many years, I didn't know what to say to them at full time. Because you can't wallet them, because they were so good for such a long period of the game. Against a very good Bristol City top 16, we've created chance after chance after chance. And the biggest frustration is that they've got to build that belief that how good they are now and how good they can be. But you do that by winning games of football. And again, you look at Friday night, which for a number of reasons was more than frustrating. And again tonight, we've dropped 6 points when we really played some excellent football, but you have to get your rewards. You have to defend your goal with a real passion. Seny's had nothing to do other than bend down twice to hit the ball out the net. That's it. That's all he's had to do. So we've got to recognise defending our goal with a ruthlessness and attacking the opposition box. So I'm sorry to sound like a broken record, but yes, very frustrated.
Mark, as a coach, although it's disappointing, is it almost something that you look at as a coach and you think it's a good job, it's a good thing to get your team into a team of young players who are doing some good things, but they're coming unstuck?
Yeah, and that's...
And burning down.
What is that? And burning down, yeah. Oh, wait. You guys can hear me or not, but yeah, I think they deserve a lot of credit, the players. They've worked hard on the training pitch, and whilst the games are coming thick and fast now, and we don't actually get much time to work them at all at this moment, they have worked hard up to this point, and they deserve a lot of credit. A lot of young players coming in, new players coming in, they've gelled really well, and that's why the frustration is. You know, if you have a really bad game of football, lose 3-1 and come in and put the hand up and go, against you were awful. But what do you say to them? After that, they were so good for long periods, right to the death. Great breakout. They've got, I think Bristol City were almost playing a back seven. There was a back seven, and we still broke through right to death there.
Yeah, there we go. Carry on.
and you know, I thought Charlie Kelman, young boy, did make his debut, still in Brighty, great pace and movement. I thought that was it. I thought it was equalised, the least we deserved. So very frustrating, but yes, you're right, Dave. It's a good group of players. You're working hard. I'm saying to you, I understand how good you are now and how good you're going to be in a year's time.
Mark, were you worried that you created so many chances and could have sort of 4 or 5 up? Were you kind of worried that you were going to score a second concede?
We played Luton last year in a game. We were 3 up in half an hour, I think it was, and I was full of respect to Luton and their management team. They know what I'm saying here, and it could have been 7-8 at half time. And it wasn't. And we gave away a soft goal just before half time, and then suddenly we find ourselves hanging on 3-2. Think of Rotherham. We've got to take our rewards. You know, I am a broken record here, but it's about goals, and it is a frustration because goals change the whole nature of the game. You get the second goal, and suddenly the confidence is flowing through the veins, and you're moving it, and you get your third goal being ruthless. And tonight in that first half, without being any way disrespectful to Bristol City, had it been 4-1 at half time, 5-1, it wouldn't have been an unfair scoreline. So they show the quality they possess. It's just that belief now and that ruthlessness to go and get the rewards.
Positive must have been Bright Osayi-Samuel's performance, especially in the first half. He gave his fullback a real difficult time.
I thought he did, but I thought across the pitch, I thought Tom Cowell tonight was outstanding. Delighted for Tom. Physically, in the recent games, he's been clocking over 12k in distance, and so his fitness is really good after a 10-month injury, nightmare for him. But I thought technically tonight, you saw his range of pass, his cleverness, disguise of pass. I thought he was outstanding, Tom Cowell. But so many good performances. So yes, Brighty knows what I think of him, and you guys know what I think of Brighty. But look at the work rate of other players. Solidly, we look very good. But Seny has not had a save to make tonight, which is the biggest frustration.
What's the latest situation with Bright? Obviously, he's in the team at the moment. Is it?
I'm going to give you the same answer here. The same pay grades above me are dealing with that right now. But his situation, as I say, is different to other players. He's younger, different regulations. But I hope very much that could be resolved, because I think he's developing as a player at QPR, and I think he's enjoying his football at QPR. So I hope very much that will continue.
Mark, do you get the feeling he wants to stay?
I just see a player. I think I'd say to the players, enjoy being good. And if you go whatever job, if you're a brickie and you enjoy going to work, you do a better end product. If you're a cab driver, you enjoy going to work, you have a better end product. And I say to the players, if you enjoy coming to work, smile. Enjoy being good. And I think he's enjoying being a very good player. Simple as that. So I think said at the start of the season he will benefit from another season of QPR, and then I think he's destined for the Premier League, hopefully with QPR, but I think he's destined for the Premier League. But he needs to keep developing, keep learning the game, and I think games like tonight, although frustrating for everyone, us and the supporters of course, I think you see him developing and learning.
In terms of Bristol City tactically, I think they've only played forward and back a couple of times this year. Were you expecting them to go 4-3-3?
No, we knew there'd be 3 or 4. I'm not saying that in a loose way. We knew that we thought Mariappa and Callas would come back in. We thought they might play the 3 there. Then we saw their line-up with Naki and Semenyo and Martin up top, so we knew they'd gone to that. But we thought we could hurt them in both formations. We had a shape right in terms of pressing to get the ball, and I just thought the first half we just controlled the ball. If anything, if there's a criticism, we went a little bit too easy. In terms of we had too much of the ball and it was too easy to move, but we've got to recognise, you've got to punish your opponent because you're vulnerable. As the man said earlier, if you don't take your chances, you're always exposed. And even 1-0, they got a chance of an equaliser. They must have been, thanking someone for being in at 1-1 at half time.
So, what worked so well in the first half that then in the second half just made it so much more difficult? Because obviously when they came into the second half, they got an early goal and then they looked to just be comfortable, to just sit back and just invite QPR.
Teams aren't going to let QPR just play football. That's the point. And we say to players, Luton, I use that Luton example. Luton came out to really expansive open play, and very respectfully we opened them up time after time, 3-0 up, and it could have been anything. In the first half, teams aren't going to sit there and say, well, let QPR go again, because we weren't going to miss that many chances in the second half. They're going to adapt and change and bring on experienced players, and Rowe came on, etc. And you saw the physicality they brought on right to the end as well. But we still created chance after chance, and right to the death. You saw the back 7 almost that we still opened them up. So it's hard to criticise the players when they've been so good for so long. You talk about a team that with a very expensively assembled squad, it's one of the favourites to go up for promotion. So again, I'm trying to give a lot of credit to the players that deserve it.
And in terms of the younger players, I mean, how have you seen players like Seny come along in terms of taking the #1 shirt and just basically continuously being in the #1 shirt for basically the start of the season so far? He's done pretty well.
He's done outstandingly well. I don't think pretty well is a fair reflection of Seny's performances. I think he's been outstanding. Look at some of his releases tonight from the hand. A couple in the second half were top draw. But he's a prime example of the loan system working. So he's a young player. He goes out on loan to Doncaster. Has the best stats I think out of all 92 goalkeepers. If I'm right, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the right fact. The best stats, was outstanding for Doncaster, and he's come back to his parent club and he's got his opportunity. He had to be patient. Joe Lumley had at the start, and whatever happened. And people like Liam pushing really hard every day, pushing Seny hard every day. Liam's an outstanding young goalkeeper. But Seny's taken a chance, and I think he's been first class. I really do. And as I say, you've seen some of the saves he's made in other games, but tonight he had very little to do other than, excuse me, pardon, then bend over, pick the ball out the net twice.
And in terms of the other goalkeepers, Lumley, I think the other day said that he's reaching a pivotal time in his career.
Yeah.
Where do you see his future then?
Joe's a very, very talented young goalkeeper, been at the club a long time. What happened contractually happened, and others take their chance. That's the nature of the industry we're in. But he's a very, very talented goalkeeper. Simple as that. So he's getting valuable experience and game time right now to keep himself sharp. And then we'll see how January progresses and what happens from there.
And for Liam, this is just the nature of it. There's only one position on the pitch that a goalkeeper can play. I suppose he must be frustrated, but at the same time he can't really do much because Seny's just taking his chances.
Seny's taking his chance, but Liam is, I'm pleased if you're going to sign him, right, he's an outstanding individual on and off the pitch. His character, his desire for the boys to do well, the way he pushes Seny and encourages and cajoles, and he's a first-class individual. He's a football man through and through. He's come down from Scotland, I knew him from Rangers when he became almost a training goalkeeper. He went out and did outstandingly well. The best distribution in Scotland, in my opinion. And he came down and of course he's frustrated, he wants to play, but I can't speak highly enough of Liam Kelly. And as you rightly say, there's one shirt, so he's got to be patient. And it's the hardest for him, because as I say, that game you can't play in the 23s. We've got a game every 3 days. But as a young player, as a young man, I'm saying this, I pension myself, but as a young man, he's been outstanding for us.